So, this video is to help explain the AM portion of Hospital Finkbeiner Arena. This route specifically can give drivers, new and olds, a little bit of difficulty because there's no specific route or schedule that it's on. It's all about the spacing. So in the morning, it services 5 mandatory stops, which would be the hub / the WCTC. You would park in stall 3. It also will service the Finkbein commuter lot. There's a north and then a south Finkbein stop. Then it will also service the arena commuter lot, and there is a west and east. There's also 2 optional stops. So there's the Finkbein commuter stop, which is rarely used, but still important to know. And then also the arena on Hawkins stop. So always be on the lookout for passengers at these optional stops or if anybody pulls the cord. When driving an AM hospital shift, you need to watch your spacing during the times of 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. The spacing is especially hectic between 6:30 and 8 when all 3 buses are servicing these lots at the same time. At 8, Hospital 2 goes out of service, so spacing is only needed to be kept between 2 buses instead of 3 for the last half hour. This spacing is really hard to get right sometimes because each round is different. Specific people will get on at specific times because of their work schedule, so there might be more people that get on at Finkbein one round and there might be more people that get on at Arena another round. Also, another thing that can really mess up the spacing is trains. Sometimes there's 2 that come during the day and it'll be 2 short trains, sometimes it'll be 2 long trains. It depends on the morning for some reason, but it's always something to be aware of because it can easily mess up your spacing. A hospital round is supposed to be 12 minutes long, but like I said, obstacles can arise. To make sure the buses are evenly spaced to keep service efficient, you want to make sure that there's 4 minutes in between each of the buses. Sometimes I like to check my clock every time I pass a bus and check it again the next time I pass another bus to make sure there's that 4 minutes. But another way to make sure that the spacing is clear is to make sure that you cross a bus at the railroad tracks or around the railroad tracks in this general area, and then also cross them at the entrance / exit of Lot 43 Drive. If you pass hospital buses at these 2 sections, it kind of insinuates that the spacing is correct. If you have 2 buses at the same lot / stop, that means that your spacing is incorrect. A way to fix this is to leave immediately once another bus enters your lot. So this first bus would leave as soon as the second bus approached the lot. And then this bus would service Finkbein South and wait 1 to 2 minutes before leaving to give this bus enough time to proceed onto that route and keep that spacing even. Whenever you get caught, it is important for you, the hospital buses, to adjust yourselves accordingly. It's not the dispatcher's job to adjust your spacing. So if you need to ask a bus to leave, that's okay because they may not be aware of what's going on. Just make sure that you're doing it in a very kind and considerate manner. Some people may not drive this very often, so they might not be aware of what to do when getting caught. Also, another thing that you can do is you can ask for them to let you know once they leave a specific lot. We try to keep this to a minimum though because we don't want to clog up the airways on the radio, because if we had a hospital bus ask every time it was leaving a lot, it would be every 5 minutes and it would take up a lot of airspace. So we want to make sure that we don't do that. It's important to still announce the stops, even though this is a repetitive and short route. It's still important to say those stops, especially if the MDT is not working. And it can be a little bit confusing because we have west and east, north and south, but your MDT is there to help you, so just always make sure that if it's not loud enough or if it's not working properly, to make sure that you say those stop announcements at each stop. Pennicrest buses also service Finkbein and Arena lots, both in the AM and in the PM. So if you ever see a Pennicrest bus stopped at Finkbein South, you want to make sure that you pull up behind it with enough room for you to get out and also to service that stop properly. So if you can't get close enough to that curb and still have enough room to get out from behind that Penncrest bus, you want to make sure that you kneel that bus and wave any passengers that look like they might want a hospital bus towards you. If there's a Penncrest bus at the arena commuter lot, you want to make sure that you pull up behind it again with enough space to get out, but there is a small patch of pavement right before the crosswalk that is kind of perfect for you to stop at. You want to make sure that you never stop in front of or blocking that crosswalk if you're that second bus, and you can easily just sneak past it. Just always make sure that you watch your mirrors and communicate with the driver if you need them to adjust their bus. If there's a train and you hear it coming and you're at the Finkbein South lot, you want to make sure that you stay at that Finkbein South lot until you hear that train pass. It's important because if you stop at the railroad tracks when the train is there, you'll miss a lot of passengers that might want your bus. So it's better to just stay there if you hear that train coming. If you have a full bus at the Finkbein South lot, a lot of times the dispatcher will just ask you to proceed all the way to the WCTC and not service the arena lot. That would probably be the only time in all of CAN bus that you would ever skip stops intentionally. But again, don't do it without the permission of the dispatcher. If there's a train and you're at the WCTC, you would leave that, and oftentimes dispatch will ask you to do the arena reroute, which basically means you'd proceed on Hawkins and you would skip this first exit/entrance from arena and you would proceed to the second one, and you would turn left into that entrance/exit, and then you would stop right before the arena west stop on that road that you just turned onto, service any passengers that you need to, and then you would turn left again back onto our normal route and service arena east just like normal, and then proceed back to the WCTC. If you are at the arena lot and you hear that there's a train coming, oftentimes that train might have finished by the time you get to the Finkbein lot, but still be aware that you might have to do the arena commuter reroute.